You know, folks, when it comes to a hard-pulling, fun fish to catch, a common carp, well, is high on the throne as far as I'm concerned. And what I'm going to do is show y'all the correct way to mix pack bait. We're going to talk about a feeder. This is no doubt a UK technique that will put carp in the boat. And when it comes to locating these hard battling fish, well, one of my favorite places is right in the middle of the cove, folks, off the main lake. These coves that offers anywhere from 5 to 8 feet of water is what I look for in the summertime. In the middle of the day, well, I'll fish in the deeper part of the cove because these fish oftentimes will go up shallow at night and feed along the bank and return back into the deeper water during the day. So now, come with me and let me show you how to make some unbelievable carp bait to catch these hard fighting fish. This mix that I have in this container right here is really all you need. It is cereal. It's generic Fruit Loops and it's Quaker Oats. Both of these has been blended up in a blender, about half and half. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour some of this into this container, about a third full of it, quite a bit, because I'm going to take some and put this in bags and put it in the freezer or refrigerator. That'll keep me from having to mix it later. Now the next ingredient is going to be taters, sweet taters in syrup, and whole kernel corn. So we're going to open these up. Okay folks, now in this container right here we have sweet feed and a combination of oats. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is just a local brand Tucker Milling. Ooh, that's heavy. A 50-pound bag of oats. One of the best attractants they are for carp. And we're going to pour some of that in there. See them oats right there? And sweet feed. That right there is carp candy, folks, I'm telling you. Alright, let's pour our taters in here. Can of taters. And we might as well just pour the whole can of corn in there too. We're going to mix these up. And I'm going to tell you, this concoction right here smells good. It smells just like cookie dough. And if I had some pineapple, you could, instead of using taters, you could use pineapple. Would be fine. But remember, carp love salty plus sweet as a combination. They just love it. Now, if this is going to be, I think this is going to be a little bit wet, I'm either going to add a little bit more cereal and oats or the sweet feed. Either way would be good, because you don't have to measure this stuff out perfect. You know, a good carpman knows that his recipe, if he catches carp on it, then it's good. And believe me, this will draw them carp in there, because they love corn, they love sweet feed, and they love oats. These are all facts. And they also love cereal. And when you combine, and corn, and when you combine all of them together, well, my goodness, you got a carp bait. Now, as far as Kool-Aid, strawberry Kool-Aid or whatever, I don't do that, because, I mean, I just don't think it's necessary. I mean, that's just me. Alright, folks, right there is about the consistency that I want right here. Just about perfect right there. Almost like Play-Doh, but not quite. This is a flatbed feeder right here. You can see that that feeder is flat and it has some ribs standing up, which is designed to hold the pack bait. Now this design has been around for a while, but Anthony Finland of the UK perfected this particular feeder right here to hold pack bait. And I'm going to tell you the truth of it. It is so effective, and the reason why it's effective is because when you put the pack bait on, you're actually chumming the fish to this location. And if you throw out anywhere from 2 to 4 of these out from the back of your boat in the anchor position, you're going to draw carp in, especially in the middle of these coves. Now, it may take time. Sometimes it takes 2 hours or more, but once they start biting, once the fish are finally attracted in, you'll start catching a lot of carp. But in between that 2-hour time, what's going to happen, you're going to have little bluegill, little drum, little catfish peck this pack bait off. But that's a good thing. What they're doing is distributing that pack bait even more, causing more of a scent trail, folks. It's a good thing. But finally those carp will move in and you will have some fun. Absolutely have some fun. This is a size 6 hook on the back of this. This is actually a carp hook. You can use Gamakatsu hooks if you don't want to order these carp hooks. 30-pound test braid is what I have on this particular feeder right here. The braid runs through, connected to a small swivel right here, which you stuff back up in there. Okay, you stuff it back up in there. It affixes the feeder on the line. It won't move. Short leader, anywhere from 3.5 to 4 inches long is best. You're keeping your offering close to the pack bait. Now, as far as what you can use right here, you can use corn. You can even use sweet potatoes. I'm talking about fresh sweet potatoes. Peel them, cut them into little bitty cubes about the size of corn. Believe it or not, put 2 or 3 of those on there makes a great offering when you're using this technique. And like I said, corn works too. Real good. Anywhere from 20 to 30, 40 gram feeders as far as weight is good enough. Matter of fact, a 25 gram feeder is equivalent to about an ounce, almost an ounce. So, you know, and that's pretty important because a carp's mouth is so soft. It's just like rubber, really. It's just cartilage and rubber. So when that carp grabs this offering right here, pulls back and feels the resistance, he'll bolt. I mean, he'll bolt. And the weight of the feeder is almost enough every time to set the hook. Now that's just how soft their lips are. So that's why it's real important. You can use a braid leader right here. Tie it to a swivel, but that's why it's real important for this mono to come into play. The monofilament line is very important because it keeps, a carp is so strong, okay? If your drag's not set just right, he will rip that hook out of his mouth, and he'll do it quick because of that soft rubbery mouth. So you need monofilament line, in my opinion. 8, 12 pound test is most of the time is good enough, but you need that stretch to keep from ripping that carp's mouth. Now that's just my opinion. Let's put some pack bait on this. All you need though when you pack bait, and by the way, here's some right here. You can pre-make it, put it in the refrigerator, and have it for the next day, or you can keep it in the refrigerator for forever, really. Nothing about it to go bad, but you need about that big a piece right there. You don't have to be real specific on your pack bait, but just about like that, I do. But these deals right here is what holds the pack bait. Just press it in there, Okay, and then just pack it. Pack it on there tight. That's all you got to do. That's it. Now, one little trick is, if you want to do this, you can order some artificial corn. If you're having a lot of trouble with bluegill and stuff like that, packing your corn off, if that's what you're going to use. See, this is rubber. You can put that corn on there, and then a couple real ones on there, and let's say those bluegill peck it off. Well, they're not going to peck this rubber piece off. That carp will mistaken that for a piece of something to eat. They don't know any difference. They're just rooting around. He'll grab that, and what that does a lot of times, that'll save you right there from catching a fish that you normally wouldn't if there's a lot of problems. If there's a lot of bluegill in the area, let me put it that way. But if you don't want to use that, you could use sweet potato like I mentioned. It stays on the hook real well. Just peel a sweet potato, a raw one, and cut it up to about the size of this corn right here, and put 2 or 3 of those onto this small hook, and you'll have it made. That's how I hook them up. When I put the corn on there, sometimes I just use 2. Shove that corn down on the shank of your hook and leave that hook point just like that, exposed like that. You'll get a hook up most every time. What I'm going to do is put some pack bait on this feeder. We're going to put it in this fish tank and look at it. Alright folks, right there's the pack bait. Now imagine you just made a cast and it hit the bottom right there. You can see the bubbles coming from the bait. Already what's happening is that water is penetrating into the pack bait, and it's going to loosen it up. Okay, and see those little bits of particles that's coming off the pack bait? Well, carp are like catfish in a way. Except for carp, have 2 barbels. They have one on each side of their mouth. See how that pack bait is breaking loose right there? What that's doing is omitting a lot of scent in the water, and those barbels pick up the scent. That's why it's pretty easy to chum up carp. Now, back in the old days, we would just take canned corn, just like I put into this pack bait, and throw a can or 2 in an area, just as far as we could, in an area that we planned to fish. And come back the next day, or sometimes a few hours later, and there'd be plenty of carp there to catch. But this is what happens right here. And you can see where it would attract a lot of fish. Now what I'm going to do right now is time, and I have been timing how long it's going to take for that pack bait, or the majority of it, to separate from the feeder. But now remember, when you keep throwing into the same area, or basically the same area, and about every 30 minutes I'll rebait if I don't get a bite. Now a lot of times I'll get a lot of pecks, and those pecks are bluegill and little catfish dispersing the bait even farther, broadcasting the bait out. Okay, and after about 2 hours you've chummed up an area like nobody's business. And when those carp move in, being that they're a bigger fish, well, them bluegill and other fish will move out of the way instinctively. I mean, it's not like the carp's going to attack them or anything like that, but it's an instinctive thing. Small fish will move away from big fish, and the carp will come in there and start feeding, and all of a sudden you'll find that you're hooked up all the time, and the carp will just continuously keep coming to the area that you're fishing, if you're in a good location. Location, well, I mentioned right in the center or the middle of coves off the main lake, where you can find anywhere between 5 to 8 feet of water, sometimes 10 feet. Alright folks, it's been 20 minutes and you can see how well that pack bait's holding together. So that's the reason why this is such a effective technique. Well, alright folks, there it is. They ain't nary thing to do except for to go fishing. Let's go. Doggone. Hey, I'm talking about woo, 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 woo. Hey, woo!
Man, it's gonna be a beautiful day today. Not too many boats, beautiful temps, no wind. Just get my coffee. There is, let me tell you, there is nothing better than a sip of fresh coffee early in the morning. Nothing better. Row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row. Hey, you gotta be kidding me. Hey, what are you doing there? Hey, hey, that's the same crazy old man again. Hey, hey, that's my boat. Hey, 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 that's my boat. Hey, that's my boat.
Okay, folks, I think we're safe. I believe we lost it. Now, today it is hot and steamy this morning. It's probably about 85 degrees right now. The high, well, it's going to be about 94, 95 degrees. And I'm anchored back up in here in a cove head, and we're going to do some carp fishing. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're set up in about 6 feet of water. Behind us is about approximately 9 or 10. Let me grab one of these right here. I've already got my pack bait onto this 30-gram method feeder. And I have 3 kernels of corn right here. Just raw corn, sweet corn. Onto a size 4 hook. The leader is probably 4 inches long. Okay, as far as I'm using monofilament line right here. That's 8-pound test. Mono. Now I'm going to show you my rig real quick. What we have right here is a barrel swivel. And this is actually right here, we got a double uni knot right here onto a barrel swivel of braid, and this is 50-pound test braid right here, 50-pound test braid. But what's important in my opinion is this leader don't need to be but about 3.5 to 4 inches long. You want it close to the pack bait, real close to the method feeder, excuse me. Okay, we're going to launch one out. I've done got all 4 rigged and ready. All right, folks, let's launch this. I got 3 done out. Let's put the last one out. Oh my, folks, look here. We're fixing to get a takedown right here. Our first bite. There he goes. Carp on, folks. Number 1. Hooked up. Oh my goodness. And the first fish is a good one. My goodness. Woo-wee. This is a real good fish right here. My goodness. Oh my goodness. That drag is pretty tight. Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Ever who said that a carp is a trash fish, I just don't know how they could do it, because this is the hardest fighting fish. This fish will outpull a catfish 2 to 1, 3 to 1. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. These fish don't give up. They will fight you from way out there at the end of a long cast all the way to the boat. And then once you net the fish, he's still fighting. One of the hardest fighting fish in fresh water. Look, I can't do nothing with him. He's going to the front. Let me see if I can. Oh. This is I couldn't even help it. Oh, golly. This fish is so big. Yeah. God, what a fish. Oh my God. Woo, this is addictive, folks. Oh my goodness, what a carp. I'm going to loosen off on the drag just a little. I'm going to have to. This fish is big enough to pop that line. Golly. Here he comes. God. Woo! Did y'all see that? This is a big carp, folks. My goodness. Y'all see what I'm talking about? That's why I say they fight like a redfish in salt water. All right, we got him. Oh my goodness.
Drop it right here.
God. God almighty. Oh, I am tickled to death.
Left one, it's still there.
All right, folks, let's find this fish. Oh, did you say left one? Oh my goodness. This fish is right here at the boat, folks. Y'all see how much, that's what I'm talking about. These fish are crazy. Now this fish right here, let me explain to y'all what's going on. I've landed the other fish. This one hit it, hooked itself, and come straight to the boat. And hey, we launched. I'm excited. I launched it way out there. That's how quick these fish can move. And they're unpredictable once they hook themselves. A carp is not the kind of a fish that'll quit. And I'm going to tell y'all, I have caught I don't know how many bull reds when I lived in Florida. And I said this in the first carp fishing experience we've had. These fish pull just like a big bull red. Golly, he won't give up. There he is. That is a nice fish. Oh my goodness. Woo! There she is. That's a good fish right there. That's a female. Let's let her go. Doggone, man. Whoa! Here's a second one. God. Oh, this is a heavy fish. All right. This is a heavy carp right here. This is a big, beautiful fish. Let's let him go. Folks, I'm telling you, this ain't nothing but sporty. My. Hey, woo. Y'all see that? Now look, I'll stretch my camera right there. Look at that rod tip. Now watch it. See it? That fish is going back this way. And he's done hooked, you know. No need to set the hook on these carp. You don't want to do that. They're biting, folks. That's just all they are to it. And this fish is actually coming up to the surface. Sometimes they'll boat up towards the top. For some reason, they all fight different. I've done mentioned that, and I keep mentioning. That's probably beginning to get old to y'all, but what I'm doing is I'm trying to let y'all know how these fish fight. I want y'all to help me, because I need the help, get this fish in. Let me put it that way. Y'all are helping me, especially you in the back. The one with the real thick Coke bottle glasses, you're helping me. Now, big fish like this, I'm going to show y'all. Y'all see this long handle? I like to put it under my forearm like that. That will give you a lot of leverage when you're talking about fighting big fish. Whether it be a catfish, it don't matter what species. you can use that for a lot of leverage. Keep you from getting your arm from getting real tired. Or you can take the butt of the rod, stick it in your belly, and just use it as a pivot point. And the only time I'm gaining line is when the fish lets up. Then I'll gain a few inches, sometimes a foot or two. Or if he comes to me, I'll go ahead and gain that slack line up. But I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the fish. There's no need. He'll wear himself out. That's how you fight a big fish, in my opinion. Now he's going over to this side, so we're going to just follow him. And remember now, we're fishing real light. This is 8-pound test mono. And what's cool about this setup right here, folks, is the 7-foot rod. And the long handle right here is perfect. And plus the 4,000 size reel. It holds a lot of line. And you can just, it don't matter how much line the fish strips, you can go ahead and gain that line back. This is a beautiful proportioned fish. Barely hooked, that's what we wanted. And what's important is his lip. I'm going to unhook this fish. His lip is not ripped. In other words, when I release this fish, after he gets off, well, from being mad, this fish right here can go back to feeding. If you'll look right there, he's barely bleeding, but no rip. That's what you want right there. And that's it. That's all there are to it.
That was a perfect hook set.
Yep.
Right there. That's a beautiful fish too.
Yeah. Folks, look at that beautiful, beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. He's bleeding a little bit. Let's let him go. Perfect proportion. Go on back, Carp. As hot as the water is, they're going to bleed a little bit. Just a little bitty prick will make them bleed to count the hot water. That old woman's aggravating. I ain't going back down there to her store again. She's a little old round mouth, got wrinkles all the way around her mouth. She thinks that she's better than everybody. Oh, snooty old woman! My goodness. I want y'all to look right here. Did y'all see that? That is a good fish right here. Let's tighten that drag just a little. Yeah, this is a big carp right here. That fish right there hit like I was on a snag. The back of the boat's just barely moving. Not much, but it's got a little bit of slop in the back. And it looked like I was hung, like on a rock or something like that. Then that rod tip done that, and then he started easing off, and he hooked himself. These fish will hook themselves. All right, he's coming to me now. He changed directions, and he's coming to me. All right, this fish is really coming to me right now. Now, I believe I'm going to have to go under this rod right here, folks. Let's see. Yep. So we're just going to do this. Put it back in the rod holder. Now we got him. Right here. Here's the fish.
He's still in the upper line. So we gotta be careful here.
Let's see how it looks.
It's a big carp on top of it. Maybe we can just land him.
Yeah. Oh, look, wait. Woo-wee, folks. This is a big carp right here. This might be the biggest one. I don't know. I want y'all to look. Powerful fish. I sort of thought it was a big one. Because when he first hit, he just screamed line off of that drag. Okay, let's make sure that the drag's tight enough. to handle him, but not too tight. Okay, then we're gonna net him right here. He finally wore down, but it took a lot. That's a big one right there. Oh my goodness. That is a big carp right there, folks. My goodness. My. God. There he is. My goodness. Now, ain't it amazing that that size 4 hook held that big fish? You stop it. Don't do that. Now that is a big carp right there, folks. Powerful, big, giant tail. I want you to look at that tail. Let's let him go. I don't want him to flop and him hit. You want to take care of these big fish like this. Let's let him go. Something else, folks. Fishing is a sport second to none. All right, folks, what we're going to do is we're going to carp a little bit longer, but I'm going to tell y'all something. Today we done a little bit different than we did the first time. Instead of using sweet potatoes, we use pineapple. Okay, instead of using canned sweet corn, well, we use the real thing, corn on the cob. And I'm going to tell you, the corn on the cob might be the best route because it'll stay on the hook better, it's fresher, and carp love it. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments. Everything y'all do for this channel is appreciated. Love each and every one of you. Hey, woo, woo. Doggone, man. Hey, woo! And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.